Hi everyone, and welcome back to another print on demand video. Recently, if you have been around, I made a post asking what were your biggest questions in regards to print on demand. There were over 350 comments with really good questions about print on demand. I found that some of them were repeat questions and other ones you guys were able to like them and push them to the top, meaning that they were really important questions. When everything was said and done, I had boiled this down to the top 50 questions that you guys had in regards to print on demand. So in today's video, I want to start answering those questions for you. Now, 50 questions is a lot to answer in a video. I actually spent yesterday recording it, and it was a super long video. So what I'm going to do is break this up into 2 videos and make it easier to digest for you. Today's video is going to be answering the first 25 of these questions, and whether you are new to print on demand or if you have experience, I still think you're going to be getting a lot of value from these questions because some of them I simply haven't talked about on the channel before. So with that said, I think this video and the next video are going to be one of the really big staple videos for you if you want to learn a lot about print on demand very quickly. So without further ado, I want to get right into these 25 questions and start getting you guys answers. But very quickly, I just want to say if you are new to the channel, welcome to the channel. My name is Greg and I'm an online entrepreneur sharing the resources that I wish I had along my journey. So if you're interested in making money online, feel free to look around the channel and consider subscribing. Secondly, to all of you guys who are returning to the channel, as you guys know, I really appreciate all of your support. So thank you for all the support you've been showing me. I know I say it in every video and that's because I mean it. Thank you guys so much. So with all of that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into this video, starting with the first question. The first question is, I'm new to print on demand and I'm overwhelmed by all of the videos that are on the channel. Where should I start? The short answer here is recently I've actually been getting this question a lot, so I spent a ton of time putting together one fully updated, comprehensive print-on-demand tutorial. I'll link this down in the description, but I'm trying to put it on the face of the channel or somewhere where it's easy for you guys to find. It's called something to the effect of full print-on-demand tutorial, and on the thumbnail it says start here. This is where I would recommend for you to start, or anyone who is new to print-on-demand, because it will walk you through just in videos like this and screen recordings all the way from the idea of starting in print-on-demand all the way to scaling your business. Then once you've watched this video and you've started to put this process in motion, then you can go through the playlists and the other videos throughout the channel, and you can find the details breaking down certain aspects of the process that you may want more information on. Moving right along, let's get into question number 2, and this is, why do you recommend Teespring, Redbubble, and Merch by Amazon as opposed to some of the other big players like Printful, Printify, and Etsy? Now there's 3 main reasons that I recommend Teespring, Redbubble, and Merch by Amazon. First is that they are completely free. You're never going to be charged to upload a design to sell. There are no monthly fees, there are no listing fees or anything like that. The second reason is because they do all the marketing for you. Some of these other sites, you have to upload your designs and then you are responsible for getting people to see them. If you don't do any marketing yourself, you're not going to get any views on your listings. On the 3 sites that I recommend, Teespring, Redbubble, Merch by Amazon, they actually drive traffic to your listings for you, so it turns it into a very passive business model. And the third reason is that Teespring, Redbubble, and Merch by Amazon are all non-exclusive. So if you create one t-shirt design, you can upload that exact same design to all 3 of these sites. It creates 3 separate listings and you get 3 different versions of marketing done for you. So you get triple the exposure and it just leads to a lot more organic sales. Moving right along to question number 3, this is on Teespring. Why are there high shipping costs right now? So this is actually temporary and it's just current to the time and the world climate that's going on right now. Teespring has posted a notice to sellers on their website just saying that in order to keep their operations running smoothly, they had to temporarily increase their shipping rates. Now, yes, this isn't inconvenience, but it is temporary, so it's going to pass. And you can rest assured knowing that people still are making purchases. I'm watching steady sales still come in, and Teespring has made a statement saying that their website traffic is higher than ever and sales are continuing to come through. So don't be discouraged by the high shipping price. It is temporary and it will go away. Question number 4, can I use quotes from people in my designs? This is a great question and it brings us into copyright, trademark, and right of publicity and privacy. Now this is the first time in this video that I'm going to mention that a lot of these questions I have answered in much more detail on other videos on this channel. So I've made a video about copyright infringement in print on demand before, which goes into a lot more detail, but surface level for you in broad strokes. My short answer for you would be no, I don't recommend using quotes from people in your designs simply because it opens you to protected content and it then brings in the risk of your designs being taken down and your trust score lowered and all of the things that come along with that. Simply, I would avoid designs that have quotes from celebrities or famous people altogether because you don't know which ones of them are going to take action and want your design taken down. Moving into question number 5, and this is, can we use celebrity images in our designs? If it's a direct image of the celebrity, no, you cannot use it because they're protected by all the things we just mentioned before. If it is considered fan art, where it's content where you created yourself, so you drew the image of them, or you altered it, or you modified an image to make it your own, then you technically own the copyright on that. So although fan art in itself is slightly a gray area, the general rule of thumb that I would give you is as long as you are creating or customizing that image, you can use it. Moving to number 6, this is, do we have to pay for the item when it is ordered? This is a really good question and it is commonly confused. If you are using Teespring, Redbubble, and Merch by Amazon, the ones that I recommend, you don't have any fees like I mentioned before. This also means you do not have to pay for the items when a customer orders them. On some of the other print-on-demand platforms out there, when a customer orders a product, they charge your card to pay for the item, and then after the customer's item has shipped, you get your money back plus the profit. So that's where this confusion comes from, and just know that if you're using Teespring, Redbubble, and Merch by Amazon, you will never have to pay for any of the items. The customer's payment pays for the entire cost of goods sold. You don't have to pay for anything. Question number 7, can we promote t-shirts with Facebook ads or Google ads like dropshipping? This is a good question, and although you can have success using paid advertising to sell t-shirts, I do not personally recommend it. The main reason is that it's not beginner friendly. So I would say the vast majority, if not 99% of beginners, if you're spending money on a paid advertisement to sell t-shirts, you will get a lot of views, you'll get a lot of clicks, but it's very rare that you'll actually get a sale. So my recommendation is no, I do not recommend using paid Facebook ads or Google ads to try to sell t-shirts like dropshipping. Alternatively, watch the full print-on-demand tutorial I was mentioning before. That will be linked in the description, and that will show you how to do your marketing completely free so you're not paying for any ads. Question number 8, this is a good one, and it is, how much competition is on print-on-demand? This is a great question because if you are going into any new business venture, it is smart to look around and say, hey, how saturated is this? How many competitors are there? So this is a cool answer, and I don't know that I've talked about this on the channel before, and that is that yes, there are a lot of people in print on demand. That is by no surprise, and it's because it's a really good business model. However, there are not many people in print on demand doing it properly. The vast majority of people in print on demand, they're going to create a couple designs, upload them, run paid ads to them, and find out that they're not profiting from it because of what I had just explained. And then they're going to stop altogether because they lost money and they're not making money in this new business. This is by far going to happen to most people in print on demand, and not many of them are going to use the proper strategy and stick around for the long run. This is why you see a lot of designs out there, but people aren't actively creating new ones because they don't know the proper strategy. So with that said, if you're doing print on demand properly, you're using the right strategies, and you're in it for the long run, you can absolutely succeed no matter how many temporary competitors try to get into the space. Number 9, is print on demand still good to start with now? The short answer here, without going into too much detail, is yes. I've been talking to a ton of people in the comments, and you guys have been sharing your experiences where you've started a week ago, you already got your first sales, and it's starting to snowball. I hear this in the comments probably once per day, and when I see a really big success story, I like to pin it to the top of that video. So I can absolutely say from all of you guys that I've been talking to in the comments, using this strategy is still working extremely well for beginners getting started in print on demand. Number 10, this is, can you lower your price of your items in the beginning in order to get those first few sales and get the ball rolling? Yes, technically you can do this. However, I think it's more work for you because once you get past those first few sales, you have to go into all of your listings and change the prices back to normal. Psychologically, a consumer may be more apt to buy your design over someone else's because it's a few dollars cheaper. However, I think it really comes down to just making great designs, and people will pay the normal price for them. So I would say it's kind of a wash here. If you want to try this out, you can try lowering your prices in the beginning, but just know that it's going to slow you down the road when you have to go back into your account and change the price on all those listings back to normal. Number 11, how long does it take until you get your first sale? This is one of the most common questions I receive, and it's because starting a new business venture, you want to start seeing success so you can reassure yourself that it was a good decision. Just know that on average, it's somewhere from a few days to a few months until you'll see that first sale come in and things start to happen. This largely depends on what niche you're going into and how competitive it is, and a little bit of luck of getting in front of the right person who's ready to buy in those first few days. So with that said, I've heard from some of you guys getting your first sales literally on the first day that you started. That is very rare, but it's very awesome. So don't be surprised if it takes somewhere like a month or 2 months to get your first sales started. With that said, my biggest challenge to you is if you are in this phase, it's kind of the waiting phase to get your first sales, I really recommend just staying as positive as you can and optimistic and really just pushing for the light at the end of the tunnel, because once those sales start, the ball will start rolling. Question number 12, can you do print on demand from anywhere in the world? The short answer here is yes. You can do print on demand from any country or region in the world. And if you don't have an option directly to select your country in an application or on a site, I'll show you at the end of this video how you can get around that and still apply for that site. Question number 13, can we use t-shirt quotes on our designs? The short answer here is no. T-shirt quotes, movie quotes, song lyrics are all protected content. The people who came up with them are able to profit on them, and unless you have written consent from that person, you are not able to profit from them as well. Number 14, I'm not getting sales and I'm even using the Instagram strategy. My answer and my recommendation comes back to how long it takes to get your first sales. So I would say just keep pushing. It sounds like you're probably in the beginning first couple days or weeks when we have doubts about if it's going to work. Keep pushing, be positive, and a couple questions I would ask you back are how many designs have you made? How long have you been posting on Instagram? How many posts have you made there? Have you tried out different hashtags to get more people looking? And overall, it comes down to how long have you been doing it? How long have you been trying? And I recommend keep pushing until those sales come. Number 15, this might be one of my favorite questions that you guys have asked, so thank you for asking. It's a really good question. The question is, why do I share these tips online? Wouldn't that create more competitors to myself in print on demand? The short answer here is I get a lot of fulfillment from sharing this information with you guys and talking to you in the comments. Otherwise, if I kept it all to myself, I wouldn't know any of you guys and I wouldn't talk to any of you guys in the comments. And there was a book that really changed my mindset on this. Initially, I thought the same thing. I'm just going to be creating more competitors and I will get less sales. But I actually haven't seen that correlation. In the beginning, I shared a lot of my own stores, and yes, a lot of those designs were copied. So I learned my lesson and I don't share my own stores anymore, and I've had no issues. I read a book a couple years called The Go-Giver by Bob Burg, and I highly recommend anyone who's asking this question of why I share this information to read that book. It's a short read, but it really moved me and got me to start sharing this information with the rest of the world. Number 16, how do you send t-shirts to influencers without being scammed? So first things first, I would not recommend actually sending an item to an influencer. That would be along the idea that they wear the item and they take a photo with it. I don't think that's your best way of doing a shout out. Rather, I would create a mock-up of a model wearing your design, send that image to the influencer, and just pay for a shout out that way. This is going to be a lot safer and I think a lot more cost effective if you are going to use Instagram or social media shout outs. Number 17, which of the 3 print on demand sites should I be promoting on Instagram? So this is a good question in regards to when you make your items on Teespring, Redbubble, and Merch by Amazon, which link do you put on Instagram? Because you can only put one link. The answer here is that Instagram page is solely for Teespring. Teespring has what's called a trust score, so we need to drive a few of our own sales. Merch by Amazon and Redbubble, they don't have a trust score, so they start doing marketing for you right off the bat. So keep that in mind, the Instagram page is only for Teespring. Additionally, once you get those first few sales and your trust score on Teespring, you no longer have to do Instagram pages at all. Number 18, how do other print on demand sites compete with Amazon? This is a really good question, and it comes down to Amazon being so big that how do other sites compete? The answer here is that other sites compete with advertising and their organic traffic. So sites like Teespring and Redbubble get a fraction of the traffic that Amazon gets. However, they have organic traffic from SEO built up over years that both of those sites are literally getting millions of visitors to their site every month. So although Amazon is the biggest, the other ones definitely bring in literally millions of people to their site every single month. Number 19, is the Teespring trust score account wide? The short answer here is yes. On Teespring, you can get your sales from anywhere, any of your listings, any of your storefronts. You just have to get those first 2 to 10 sales yourself. Once you get those sales, then you get your trust score, and it is for your entire account on Teespring. So all of the listings you currently have your account, no matter where they are in whichever storefronts, and all of the future listings that you upload to Teespring will all have that trust score marketing done for you. Number 20, how do you find a good niche to sell t-shirts in? Well, you're going to need a niche research tool specifically for print on demand. There are a ton of different types of keyword research tools out there, but many of them are going to be using general Google search data. The one that I personally use is called Merch Informer because they use solely print on demand data. You type information about a keyword or a niche, they're going to run the numbers on just print on demand search data and tell you if that is a good niche to go with or not. So the short answer on that one is use a good niche research tool that's specific to print on demand. Number 21, what kind of laptop do I need for print on demand? So I don't know the specific specs that you need on your laptop, but it just has to be powerful enough to load the print-on-demand websites and your design software along with your niche research tool. I would venture to say you can get an entry-level computer, but definitely just try out these sites, and if they aren't loading properly for you, then you may need to upgrade your computer to something faster. Number 22, how many designs is considered a lot? So if you guys have been watching this channel, I always say that the key to succeeding in print on demand is creating and uploading a lot of great designs. So this question comes in, and how many is that a lot? This a lot for you is going to be different than for me. It depends on your financial goals. I would say the first goal that I would set for everyone out there is to create at least 50 different designs and upload those 50 designs to all 3 of the websites. That'll give you a total of 150 listings out there. Once you've done that, then you can kind of step back and look at the business and see how it's going. But if you've only created a couple designs, I'd say keep pushing yourself until you've hit at least 50, and then look at where your financial goals are from there. Your next goal may be 100, and then 500, and then 1,000. You can keep going as big as you want to and create as many designs as you need, depending on what your specific financial goals are. Number 23, my design was taken down immediately. What happened? This is probably because of copyright infringement. These print-on-demand sites all have filters in place, so if they see something is copyrighted or trademarked, it will be removed immediately. Sometimes a design that's copyrighted or trademarked will slip through, but then it will be removed later. However, if your design was removed immediately, it's likely because it had protected content on it. I would go back and look at that listing and look in the design, the title, and the description and see if anything is copyrighted. If you want a way to search this formally and see if something is protected, you can go to tmsearch.uspto.gov, and then you can type in a word or a phrase and see if 2 things. See if it is actively protected and if it's protected on apparel. If it is both of those, that means that was the reason that it was taken down. Question 24, Payoneer or PayPal for Teespring. When you're in Teespring, you go to the settings, you connect how you want to be paid out. But they give you 2 options. They have Payoneer and PayPal. What's the deal with both of those? So the answer here is they used to use only PayPal, but since PayPal is not available in every country or region around the world, they've integrated also with Payoneer. So it just gives you an option. If you live in a country or region that does not support PayPal, then you can use Payoneer to be paid. And lastly, question number 25, for both Payoneer or PayPal, do I need a personal or a business account? This is a short answer. You only need a personal account on both of these. You do not need to create a business account on either. Now, there were a couple extra questions that I really wanted to throw into this video because I think they will help a lot of you guys right now. So there are 2 bonus questions I want to throw in here for you. The first one is, Merch by Amazon does not have my country in the application. What should I do? This is what I mentioned previous in the video. So if you are in the application, you don't see your country or region there, you can go to payoneer.com, which we were just actually talking about. Create a free account and then go to their US Payment Service tab. This will give you banking information for a US located bank. This way you can go back to Merch by Amazon, you can select United States as the location of your bank and put in the bank details of that Payoneer account. I've seen a lot of people succeed with this, so I highly recommend you try it if your country or region is not in the application on Merch by Amazon. And the last question, this is the last one for this video, is on Merch by Amazon, they ask for a tax ID. What if in my country or region I don't have one of those? If you don't have a tax ID, then just put in any identification number that you do have in your country or region. If Merch by Amazon needs more information or a different ID number, they will contact you for the application. So guys, that's the first video. There's going to be a part 2 to this. I just wanted to separate them so you can digest all of the information a little bit better. So keep an eye out for that video. Once it's ready, it will be linked down in the description of this one. But I hope this video has been helpful for you. And as always, if you have any questions that weren't answered here, you need more details, let me know down in the comments and feel free to look throughout the entire YouTube channel. There are actually a ton of videos with details on a lot of common questions throughout this channel. So feel free to search through the channel and you might find your answer there. All right, guys, that's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it and I will see you all in the next video.